Some conversations are too interesting to stay buried. Between Two Urns is where history meets humanity, equal parts irreverent and insightful. Each episode digs up the stories, legacies, and lingering questions we leave behind. This interview-driven podcast brings you candid conversations with people whose lives, work, and passions shape the stories we carry forward in Ramsey County. From artists and educators to community leaders and unexpected voices, we explore what drives us, challenges us, and ultimately connects us. Blending humor, honesty, and a curiosity about the past and present, Between Two Urns proves that history isn't just something we inherit, it's something we live. Pull up a chair. The conversation is just getting started. Today we welcome St. Paul resident Marc Heu to the podcast. Marc has a story shaped by resilience, reinvention, and a lifelong love of pastry. Born in France to Laotian refugee parents and raised in the jungles of French Guiana, Marc's early life was far from traditional, but it's where his passion of baking began. Though he was steered towards medicine, a turning point brought him to Minnesota, where he rediscovered his dream. Trained at a prestigious school in Paris, Marc honed his craft before returning to St. Paul to open Marc Heu Pâtisserie Paris. Today he shares his world-class French pastry with the community wherein he makes his new home. Welcome, Marc.
Thanks for having me, Youa.
Thanks for coming.
It's a first for me. Oh, actually, it's the second time that
To
I'm
be
doing
on a podcast?
Yes.
Okay. What's the first podcast?
It was the Unbougie Foodie. Yes.
Okay.
It was I think a year one of business.
What did they ask you about?
My whole education through going into pastry and
Okay.
how I made it to Frogtown and
Okay.
why Frogtown
Okay.
out of all St. Paul or
Because
Minnesota.
it's unbougie, that's why.
Yeah.
So I'd like guests to introduce themselves. Tell me the elevator pitch about you.
My name is Marc Heu. I'm the executive pastry chef and owner at Marc Heu Pâtisserie Paris in St. Paul, Minnesota. And I am Hmong.
Okay.
I was born and raised in France.
Okay. And when did you immigrate to the U.S.?
I came here on vacation in August 22nd of 2012,
Okay. So not that long ago then.
like 13 years ago.
Okay. For the record, how do you pronounce your last name?
In the US, it's Heu, like the way it's spelled.
Yes.
In French,
Okay.
it's E.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And in Hmong, it's He.
Her. Okay. Which do you prefer?
I got used to Heu.
You. Okay.
And I have a funny story. The first time I came to the US, I think it was at the immigration or something, when they called my name, they were like, Mr. Heu, Mr. Heu. And I was the only one in the room.
Okay.
But I was like, who are they calling? And they were like, Mr. Heu. And they were staring at me like, Marc Heu. And I just like, oh, I guess it's me.
So you're like, oh, it's me.
Yeah.
So I am really curious about your immigration story. How did your family land in France?
Yeah.
Because I know when the Secret War ended and then the U.S. pulled out and then all these Hmong people had to seek asylum.
Yes. So why my family or how they ended up in France? So my dad, when he was younger, he always told me that he had to walk like a day or two to go to a bigger city to go to school.
Okay.
And in that elementary school, they were teaching some French.
Okay.
So with that skill and knowledge that he had, when it was time to leave the country, he said he actually had the choice to come either to the US or to France. But since he did not speak English, he did not speak French either, but he had like a couple notion of French. He was like, oh, I think it would be better for me and my family to go to France. So that's how my family ended up in France.
Was there a big community of Hmong people in France?
I'm actually not sure because even if there was, we don't live all together. Like in the US, like one of the biggest communities here in Minnesota and then in California and then in Wisconsin. But in France, we kind of like live like dispersed, like in the south, north, east, west.
Okay.
And when it happens to have New Year's too, each one, it's just like in the US too. You have the California Hmong New Year, Minnesota, but each city almost have their own New Year. So, and me, I wasn't living with Hmong people. I was living by myself, so I didn't get a chance to go to any Hmong New Year.
Okay.
So I don't know how big the Hmong community in France is.
Okay. And how many siblings do you have then?
I have five. So I'm the last one.
You were born in France, but were the others born in France?
So only the oldest was born in a refugee camp.
Okay.
and the five of us in France.
Okay. So how do you acclimate?
In France?
Yeah, did you ever feel othered? When we came here, I was not born here. I was born in Laos, and we had 10 days. I was born 10 days, and then my family like had to leave our village. So I don't remember any of it, but like Minnesota's all I've known, and I don't know what that's like for you in France.
So now, I mean, I'm thinking about your question. So I've spent 23 years of my life in France,
Okay.
13 in French Guiana, so like more like 13 in South America, and then 12 in France, in Europe, the rest are here in the US. So France for me is home. My home too. I mean, today is Minnesota, but as of
Yep.
right now, in my stage of life, France is home. And as a kid, it did not feel like home because I'm the last one of a family of 5. So my siblings that were older than me, going to elementary school, everybody went to high school already. So I didn't have any siblings with me. And we had like a very small home community or just even Asian people in the school. So I don't know if you can imagine the racism that I was facing. So yeah, they never make me feel like I belong there. Yeah, even if I was born there, I mean, I was a French citizen, but yeah, that was very hard, and I never understood why, kids. I mean, yeah, I mean, I know now kids they're not very kind. I mean, because they don't know any better. You can't really blame them, but yeah, I just felt so sad. I was like, why is the world like so cruel? But obviously now I'm more older, experience in life. I mean, I totally understand why everything led to that. And now France is truly, yes, my home.
Was it lonely for you then growing up?
It was very lonely.
Okay.
It was very lonely because I was very close to one of my older brother, but eventually in my village in French Guiana, so that was in French Guiana, there was only the closest school was elementary school. So when people had to go to middle school or high school, they had to go 2 hours away from my village.
Okay.
So they had to live like in an apartment by themselves. So they had to know to cook, how to be independent very, very soon, very early in age. So I just grew up by myself with my 2 parents that were never home because they had to farm to make sure to be able to make money to pay for my siblings, everybody. I mean, including myself too. So yeah, I felt very lonely.
Okay. What did they farm?
They do fruits.
Okay.
So a lot of Hmong people, I mean, mainly Hmong people in French Guiana, they are farmers. Like my family, they mainly focus in fruits. Some family, they only focus on vegetable. And then some do a mix of everything, including grains, herbs. Yeah.
Because that's what's sold at the markets?
Yes, that's why, yeah. And every weekend, all the Hmong people, I mean, there is like a big farmer's market and it's only Hmong people. And yeah, I'm very proud because at the time, the people living in French Guiana did not want the Hmong people to come stay with them. So they pushed us into the jungle because the main cities are on the coast.
Okay.
Yeah, but now if you go to French Guiana or if you look on the map, yeah, all the Hmong villages, they are more deeper into the jungle.
Okay.
Because they didn't want us. So
racism again.
Yes, and luckily Hmong people, I mean, we know how to use our hand, we live in the jungle, live back in Laos or Thailand, so they were able to build villages, to farm. And today, Hmong people are responsible to 90+% of the whole agriculture in French Guiana. So only 10% of the fruit, vegetable are being imported from Europe, from France, but 90% is being produced by Hmong people.
Because they were like, we're going to...
Because now, now we're just so efficient. We know how to work. We know, like with the technology, the machines and stuff. So Hmong people are doing very well. I mean, it's a hard work, but Hmong people, we're very good at that.
Sure. I think it's so interesting how stuff like that changes the shape of a culture, because obviously the agriculture portion of that land shifted because of this.
Yeah.
But also it was because of racism that pushed them into that they were like, we're going to be stewards of this land in a different way then.
Yes. And, it's funny. I love to sometimes when I have some free time to watch some YouTube video about the Hmong people in French Guiana. I mean, I left very early. I left when I was 14 years old to France, to the mainland. And all I remember from French Guiana was racism.
Okay.
Like, oh, yeah, I mean, I grew up there. My parents' house is in French Guiana, and I would love to go visit, but I was like, I don't have like that nice of a memories. But when I look at those videos on YouTube, I see Hmong people, they're like, oh, we're so proud to be in French, we call it Guyanais. So Guyanais is like the people that live in French Guiana.
Okay.
And they're like, no, we're not French. We're like Guyanais.
Sure.
So yeah, it's how kind of like the mindset, the mentality shifted a little bit. And I'm like, oh, wow. So it must have changed because, yeah, I left when I was 14. I lived in France for high school and then college. And then I came to the US. So yeah, things have changed a lot. I haven't got a chance to go back.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's been like, yeah, wow, 20
Okay.
years.
You talk about, or I've read that you went to study medicine. Is that correct?
Yes.
So tell me about that. How did that happen?
So in France, you can go to medical school, right? Or you apply to medical school right after high school. Okay. So anybody can apply to medical school.
Okay.
But the first year, you take a test, and it's a very difficult test. They only take usually less than 10% of the student. So in my university in Limoges, it was at the time, I think, 1,200 students for only 118 seats to be in the school.
That's a small percentage.
It's
Yeah.
a small percentage, yes. And so the first year, it's pretty much, they just give you so much to learn. They want you to absorb information. So it's literally as telling our song, my wife, that they give you like a worth of a dictionary, like 4 or 5 books of like can be a biology or anything. And every week you have a test. And the test is not like multiple choice answer. You have a question and you have to write a sentence. And if you have the word wrong, I mean, you don't get the full point either.
Oh.
So that's why I'm saying it's harder in that
Yes.
sense. And yeah, it's very competitive, you know. I mean, everybody want to be a doctor, but they don't imagine how much work to put into it, especially at such a young age.
Yeah.
Because you're 18.
Yeah.
You just got off of high school, and to have the maturity to, you know, not party too much, just stay at home, just study. It's very hard. It's very difficult when you have that many temptations.
Have you always had that drive in you?
I had a drive to make my parents happy.
Okay.
I didn't care what I would do. Whatever they wanted, I wanted to make them happy.
Okay.
Yeah, it was almost like, you know, I mean, like all parents, they want you to marry a Hmong wife or husband.
Yep.
They want you to become a doctor or to have a PhD in any field. So I was like, okay, whatever you guys want, pretty much. Because I was kind of like, yes, I saw my dad being robbed so many times in French Guiana as a kid. It's very traumatizing. I know about our history as Hmong people, not just Hmong in the US or in France. I mean, our whole story with the Vietnam, the Secret War. So I was like, you know, they sacrifices so much for us to have a better life. And I felt like the least I could do was just to make them happy. And I felt like to make them happy is to do what they want or what they think is best for me.
And you never felt resentment?
Just a little bit.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
I mean, kudos to you. I felt a lot of resentment because being among women, there's so much put on you. I was always resentful. And now I think back and I'm like, okay, that's okay to feel that. But it's also, you have to look back and appreciate.
Yes.
That's right.
And I do a lot of therapy.
Okay.
So that helped me a lot.
Well, that's good.
And that's something that I feel like as Hmong people, we don't believe in,
I know.
You know, mental health.
It's
So,
you shove it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no, that helped me a lot. No, yeah, because I felt like my dad was trying to redo his life through me, or at least through any of my siblings. Because, I mean, yeah, I have some siblings right now that have a lot of resentment, especially the girls, just like you're saying. I mean, I can't say I understand exactly how you feel because I'm not a Hmong woman. I'm a Hmong man and I'm the last one. So, you know, it's very different. But therapy helped me a lot to I don't know if forgive is the right term, but to understand why they wanted me, to do this and not just about my family, but about life in general, about everything, how to see life,
So you passed the doctor.
Yes. I passed, and that's what led me to the US because it was a deal with my dad. If I make it,
Okay.
and at the time, my grandma, so my dad's mom, my pop, was living here with my uncle. So I was like, if I pass, you know, if I get to medical school, you get me a flight ticket, I go spend my vacation in the US. And he was like, okay, deal.
Okay.
So yeah, that was what struck me. I was kind of like that when I was a kid. Like you had to throw me a carrot, you know, to be able to do something. And that's what led me to the US in 2012.
And then what did you do while you were in the US then?
So when I came, I was spending just a time with my uncle. I mean, they didn't have too much time for me because they were working. And I had some cousins about the same age as me. So I came here in August, and then September, everybody went back to school, to work. So I was just home with a younger cousin that was 2 or 3 years old. And I was just getting very bored. Yeah, pretty much, yes. And one day, my cousin that was my age, that was working, reached out to me and said, "Oh, hey, next weekend I'll take you out and to meet a young girl that goes
Sure.
to the U of M. She's a student. She
Okay.
lives with a roommate,
Okay.
and I think yeah, it would be fun for you to meet people your age and to
Sure.
party, to see how we party here in the U.S." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm in."
You hadn't gone to parties in France at that time?
No, a lot, but it's way different.
What's different about it?
So at the time, oh my God, I feel like I'm so old every time I say at the time. It was when the DJ were very popular, like a David
Yep.
Guetta
Yep.
kind of stuff, you know, with will.i.am when they had the Black Eyed Peas and David Guetta, like the I Got a Feeling,
Yep.
you know,
I
that
remember
music.
that, yep.
So they started to do, in France, we call it clubhouse style music. So yeah, it was like that. Here, it's more like hip hop, rap music in the club. So yeah, it's very different. And people don't dress the same. People don't drink the same. I mean, here it's a very hard liquor.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. In France, when you go to the
It's
club,
just
you
champagne?
get, yeah, champagne. Exactly. You don't have money, you're a student, but you want to flash, you know, to impress people.
Okay.
And you put all your weekly money into a bottle and it's champagne. And here in the US, it's like you hard liquor and you
Yeah.
do shots, right?
Okay.
And I always tell in all my interviews or to people, as a kid, I was so fascinated by the movie American Pie.
Okay.
The way, you know, they
The
party,
culture, yeah.
the culture, you know, yeah, that the parents would let you
Yeah.
go with your friend, rent a house to party. And I was like, oh my God, like that sounds amazing. And
Yeah.
so I always wanted to experience something like that.
And was it what you expected it to be?
Pretty much, yes. Because I had a cousin too that was going to the U of M, and yeah, he would take me out to those. He had a lot of friends to those frat house.
Yep.
And I was, oh my God, just like in the movies, in the series. No, it was really like a dream. And I was like, oh wow, America is so fun, so
Yeah.
great, and people are very open minded. They are
Sure.
not shy. French people were very shy. Like if you interviewed me 10 years ago, it would have not gone that smooth. Trust
You
me.
would have been like, I don't want to talk.
Yeah, French people were just so shy, like to the point that, like me, when I had a presentation to do at school, I would call in. I'd be, oh, I'm sick. And I'd rather take like a F than showing up and
Okay.
felt stupid.
Is it humility or is it anxiety that
It's anxiety.
drives
We
it?
think
Okay.
too much about what people think of you.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I think it's so interesting how cultures are so different in that too. Americans are brash. It's like, I'm confident. I can walk into a room and,
Yeah, and
you
you
know.
dress how you want, you
Yeah.
talk how you want, you know, you eat what you want, you don't care. That's who you are. And yeah, that's it.
So you met
Garçon.
Garçon.
Yes.
And did you go back to France then?
No,
Or what
so it
happened?
was really love at first sight.
Okay.
You know, we met, we went on a date the same night,
Mm-hmm.
and we pretty much got engaged 2 weeks after.
Oh, wow.
Yes, yes. And I was saying, I like to joke that, yeah, I had some visa issue, but no, that's just a joke. No, we were very young. She was 19, I was 23.
Yes.
But we just knew, the both of us, we just knew that, I mean, we were talking for a little bit only, but we saw life the same way.
Okay.
You know, at that time, most kids, they think about partying, you know, they want to experience life, and which is fine, you know. But for us, we wanted to build something.
Sure.
We wanted to build something. We always had that vision to have like a legacy for our family, to leave something behind. And as soon as we were talking, we were like, oh my God, that's the woman that I need in my life. And how even the way, you know, I mean, home people is so important to know, oh, how do you see yourself having like in-laws, you know, how do you treat them, you know, and
Yes.
things like that. The culture is very important for the both of us. And I was like, yeah, I cannot pass on that because,
Sure.
yeah, if I don't know if I'm gonna meet someone like that again.
Yeah. Well, and it's so interesting too, because I think like even in life in general, you will meet a lot of friends. You can meet a lot of people that you can be friendly with, cordial with, but there's only a certain core amount of people that you're going to connect with on a really, really deep level, you know? And when you find those people, to me, it's important to grab hold of them and be like, I want to invest in you. I want you to be part of my life.
Yes.
Was the intention for you to go back to France ever? or-
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
it was?
Yeah, it
So
just
what
came-
happened then?
Outside of the US,
Yeah.
you are raised thinking about America, that America is the
The pinnacle?
at the pinnacle. I mean, the work culture. I mean, everything.
Sure.
Especially as a Hmong person. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like all parents are like, oh my god, yeah. Like my dad even almost sometimes at the time regret not coming to the U.S.
Sure.
Yeah, because in France, I mean, life is way harder. You know, there's way more discrimination. But obviously today, no, he's so happy that he did not come to the U.S.
Sure.
But they were always like, oh yeah, if you have the opportunity to go over there and find a wife and get married, yeah, you should do that. And really, it wasn't my intention. I mean, I was always open to meet the love of my life, Hmong or not.
Sure.
I mean, in France, in the US, or anywhere I would go on vacation. But it happened to be in the US. It happened to be a Hmong person. So he pretty much checked all the, the box for my dad.
Sure.
So when I called him, actually, when I told him that, oh, I met someone and I want to marry her, he actually held back a little bit. He was like, are you sure?
Okay.
Because maybe he saw that, oh my God, it's getting real. I don't want to lose my baby, maybe.
Yeah.
Not that they were trying to talk me out, but they were like, okay, you have to make sure that she's the one, you know?
Yeah.
Don't.
Well, 23 is young, though.
It's very young. And oh my God, if someone that's 23 and 19 come to me and tell me they want to get married, I would tell them, no.
Yeah.
No, don't do it.
You're not ready.
Yeah. Even though we're both Hmong, I mean, she was born and raised in the US. I was born and raised in France. We have two different culture, personality, and it's just like, I always tell people, just put two different people like that in one room for a period of time. At some point, it's gonna collapse. And no, I mean, it's just like any relationship, you know, you have to work for it. You have to make sacrifices. You have to compromise, and learning about life together.
So tell me about the shift between being a doctor to being a pastry chef.
So most people would think, because same thing, doctors are seen as the pinnacle of the profession, and a chef, not necessarily just a pastry chef, but a chef is just like an entry-level job for most person.
I didn't realize that.
At least that's what I was seeing it as a kid. Because in France, most people that go into those fields, like to become a chef, a mechanic, a butcher, are the kids that are not good enough to pursue into the traditional high school and then to go to university. To get like a degree, like a 4-year degree or a master degree. And these kids are usually being pointed in the finger like, oh yeah, they're so dumb. Excuse my expression, but it's pretty much
They're not educated.
Yes. For me, I mean, I always wanted to do pastry, but I was ashamed. I didn't want people to point finger at me.
Why?
Because that was just the culture at the time.
So because you're like, I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't want to be put into that case that, oh yeah, I'm a failure. I only went into that field because I'm not good enough to go into a traditional high school and to go into college to get a degree. And I didn't want my family to feel that. So that's why, I was thinking like that at the time. But now, I mean, obviously, with social media, you know, and all those TV shows, I mean, the profession has shifted. Now, for some chefs, they're like almost like superstar level. So
you did study in France, though?
For pastry?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
So who did you study with?
So it was in 2018. I went to a school in Paris called Lenôtre.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you have a lot of school. I did my research, and this school stand out of all of them, and I did not even apply to anything else. It was that school only. And I remember, I mean, I know that most kids here, when they apply to college, they don't put all their eggs in the same basket. But that's who I am. When I love something, I would just go all for it, just like for a dish or food. If I love a dish, I'll eat that every day until I'm sick of it. Okay. I guess I got lucky because I got accepted. I mean, I did have a call for an interview. I had to submit an application, and it was just a dream come true. I truly felt like, a bird in a cage, and all of a sudden you just open the door and the bird can just like expand its wing. Truly, that's really how it felt. I could not wait to go to school every day to learn. I was that annoying student, that asked so many questions. Sure. Because because I knew exactly what I was going to do too. I knew that when I was going to come back to the US, I would be starting my own business.
So this was in between meeting Gaosong?
No, that was after.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So you went back to France?
Yes. So I came in the US in 2012. Yep. I met Gaosong. We got married. And in 2016, so she was at the U of M at the time in 2012. Yep. And so she was a full-time student. So I had to do some entry-level job to be able to pay for our everyday life expense.
Okay.
As soon as she was done with her bachelor, she told me that, yeah, now it's your turn. I mean, you've worked while I was in school, so now it's my turn to work, and you choose what you want to do.
Okay.
Actually, at the time, I did not think about pastry school. I was like, well, I was already in medical school,
Sure.
so let me just pursue that thing, make my parents proud and my in-laws too. And they were very happy when I told them, oh, I'm going to go to medical school, both parents, my in-laws and my parents. But eventually, so in America, you cannot transfer any credit from outside of the country.
Oh.
So you have to start over.
Okay.
So I had to go and take my GED. I had to take my ACT. And English is not my first language. And it was stressful, but luckily there's most of the exam are multiple choice. So that helped me a lot.
We dumb it down.
And I applied to, I think it was Century and the U of M.
Yeah.
Because eventually, the plan was to go to the medical school at the U of M.
Sure.
So I think I got in, and the day before starting school, I was just laying in bed, and I couldn't go to sleep, and I was just staring at the ceiling, and Gaosong just told me, what's going on? Like, you're gonna start a new journey, and I was like, I don't want to be a doctor. I want to be a pastry chef. And she's actually the one that pushed me and made me believe in myself to go to pastry school, to say that, hey, everything's going to be okay. You truly should do what you're passionate about, what you love, because there's nothing worse than doing something or to live a life that's not yours.
So that was the turning point.
Yes, that was 2016, 17-ish. And I started looking for a pastry school in the US because I didn't want to be away from her for too long. Because in France, a traditional pastry school is 2 years.
Okay.
So I found a school in Chicago at the time. It was called the French Pastry School. It was two well-known French chefs that founded the school. So I thought if I would go over there, I would still be in the US and have still a solid French pastry foundation with those two French chefs. But Gaosong convinced me to go to Paris. But low-key, she just wanted to live in Paris.
Is it better schooling there for this kind of industry?
For me, it was easier because I speak French.
Sure.
And I was so not even hungry, so starving for the knowledge of it.
Okay.
Because it's something I always wanted to do since my youngest age, and I had the opportunity to do it. So I felt like it would have been the same maybe in Chicago, because the two chefs were also French.
Got it.
And maybe the fact that, I'm also French, you kind of create that connection. And when they see, just like me today, when I see that one of my staff is so passionate, so into the craft, I don't play favorite, but obviously if they ask me for things, I'll be more than happy to share even more with them.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, I don't think there is better school.
Sure.
But it's French pastry, so you kind of want to be in the environment. Yeah. Paris was, I guess, natural at the time.
Sure. Is there a difference between, like, if you go to New York for pizza, the dough there is different? Is there a difference between, like, American butter and French butter?
There is.
Is it because of the cow that's...
It's because of the cow,
eating?
because it's different species of cow.
Okay.
It's different type of grass that they're eating, the weather. I don't want to say that French butter is better. It's not about that. It's just the taste. If you come to me, if I tell you that I'm making a French croissant, I want to use a French ingredient at the most, or at least what makes the real difference into a croissant, which is for me the butter.
Sure.
Yeah, the flour, I use American flour, but there's nothing wrong.
You imported it, the butter, and...
Not myself, it's imported by suppliers, yes. We have suppliers here, so, but there's nothing wrong using American butter. I mean, you can have the same fat content into an American butter, but the taste would just be different.
Got it, okay.
Yeah.
What was the hardest thing that you had to learn in pastry school?
The hardest thing I had to learn is to be patient. I am not a patient person.
What do you need patience for?
Patience for... like letting a dough rest. For example, it's a 3-day process to make a croissant. Okay. So day one, you're mixing the dough and you have to let it rest. You cannot work it right away.
What do you, talk me through the process then.
The process, so you're mixing all the ingredients for the dough, okay? And then that dough has to sit to relax because when you're mixing in the flour, you have molecules that are called gluten. Okay. So when you're mixing, so they're agitated. Okay. So
it's butter, water, flour?
It's a flour, butter. Some use flour, some use milk. I use milk to have a more fatty taste to it. Honey, sugar, salt, and yeast, obviously. Okay. So you just mix everything together. Sure. And then you let it rest for at least 12 to 18 or even 24 hours. That's a long time, and you cannot work with it. And then the next day, that's when you put in the French butter into it, and then you start doing all the folding to have the layers.
And then if you're folding too much, does that affect it too?
Yes, because every time you do a folding, you are agitating those molecules of gluten, and you can only fold so many times.
Then it becomes tough?
It becomes tough.
Okay.
And then you have to, again, same thing, you have to let it rest. So it becomes like a little bit more flexible. And then the third day, that's when you're shaping your croissant. So the triangle, or if it's a chocolate croissant, a rectangle. I'm someone, when I first started, I was like, oh my God, I can't wait. So let's just try it. And because at first I thought, oh, they probably just want to make us like something like mystical. Like, oh yeah, it's a 3-day process.
Sure.
It really, you have to respect that. And I was like, no, I'm going to try to prove them that it's only a 1 day. But
And
I guess
how did it turn out then?
very bad, very, very bad. And the dough becomes so hard.
They just let you do it though? They're like, try it then.
Yeah.
They're like, okay.
Yeah. And also I would do at home too. Because sometimes we would not have time at school to do our own stuff or my own experimentation. So I had to do it myself at home.
I don't know if analogy or metaphor is the right word. Maybe it's like a metaphor for life where it's like, now's the time to work on it. Now's the time to let it rest.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, really.
So patience was something that you had to learn.
And not just in pastry, like even in life. I mean, you see, I proposed to my wife after 2 weeks.
Yes. You're like, let's rest this
and
thing.
when I want something, I mean, one time I wanted mini donuts, and I was like, oh my God, where can I find mini donuts? I want it right now. And I had to drive all the way to Mall America, to Nickelodeon, to get just a mini donut.
Did you find it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm someone when I want something, I need to get it right away.
Okay. How has that changed over the years for you?
Sometimes it did me good. Sometimes it did me bad.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, obviously now I try to really prioritize and with experience and being a little bit more mature.
Sure.
Not to just follow my need. Fell for it.
So I read your social media posts. And you talk a lot about your backstory in those posts and how you integrate your culture into the food. Can you share with me how you do that?
Yeah, so for some people, it might be a little bit difficult to see, oh, how do you share your culture into it? Because, I mean, when I say some people, like some other Hmong person, because me, I mean, I am Hmong, I am Hmong first before being a French citizen and a US citizen, because I have dual citizenship now. But obviously, I was born and raised in France, and I have that multi-culture of being Hmong and the French culture when I was in there. And now I'm slowly learning about the American culture, such as Thanksgiving, and all those federal holidays. I felt like it's just normal. I grew up, every day my dad would go to the bakery to get a baguette, croissant. At home, my mom, she would still be very Hmong. She would have like the leftover from the dinner. Yeah, I had a choice between, some like the French culture, like the baguette and things, or my own culture, Hmong food.
Sure.
So how I integrate all of this, it's you don't have like a set path to be like a pastry chef or to be anything. Everybody have a different path, our own story, and it's about sharing it.
Did your family eat pork and vegetables and rice and all that too? Or obviously you don't involve any of that into your current pastries right now.
No, I don't use any of that in my
but
current
is
pastry.
there
But
any
in my
Hmong flavors? in your
yeah, so
pastries?
as of right now, so we have a Hmong heirloom like dessert that we're launching,
Okay.
and I'm trying to slowly incorporate Hmong ingredient. I mean, I feel like is the easiest for people to understand, or like a technique, or even Hmong souvenir for myself, because my parents are farmers.
Sure.
I remember as a kid, I hated eating fruits. I mean, as a kid, you want is candy,
Yeah.
right? My dad has always been very healthy, so he might have not gone to college or anything like that, but he was very focused into like eating healthy. And just to bounce back to what you said, if we had like pork or veggies at home, we would never eat anything deep fried. We would not have soy sauce at home. There is no oyster sauce at home.
Okay.
No black pepper, because my
of the
dad has
sodium and all?
yes, that too. My dad has a stomach ulcer, so he's very
sure.
sensitive.
Yep.
So all my life, it was boiled chicken, boiled everything boiled.
Yeah.
And I was craving like deep fried. I mean, as a kid, I mean,
Yes.
just chicken wings, right? Deep fried chicken wings and manger day.
Yep.
But me, it was just boiled thing with boiled vegetable, boiled meat, and rice and salt. And it
Yeah.
was so not flavorful. And to the point I was like, Mom, do you know how to cook? She was like, yes. She'll get upset. Yes, but your dad cannot eat that. So we have to, we can't tempt him. You know, I cannot make a dish for him and for everybody else. Or he's going to want to eat it. He's going to get sick and blah, blah, blah. So we had to eat just like him. And now, you know, I was like, oh my God, I'm actually very cautious about what I eat too because of my dad. Because all my life he was like, don't eat this. It's not good for your health. Sure. So for him, it was just cut that off.
Is that comfort food to you now then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But still, even though I'm still very meticulous and you can ask Gao Song when I eat the pork belly, I only eat the reinvention. I leave like all the fat, like the white part. Yeah. And
that's funny.
Yeah. And the chicken wings, same thing. I mean, all the meat, even the steak.
Yeah.
I don't eat the fat part. Maybe I have my dad in my head who's like, don't eat that, don't eat that.
So you guys were on Western and University for a long time, then?
Yes, for 3 years.
Okay. Do you feel that you just outgrew that space?
No. So the Western location, we had planned to purchase the building.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the goal was always to stay in that location. So we actually were in capacity to purchase the building. But during the negotiation, I mean, it did not end up in our favor. So we had to find a new home.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the only reason why we had to move out of that Frogtown location.
We talk about place a lot. We talk about making new homes or calling a place home. But like, why St. Paul?
Why St. Paul? You mean for the business or for?
Or just even settling? Yeah, for the business.
I mean, St. Paul is my first address here in the US. So when we got married, so my in-laws, they are these Hmong people that own properties and rent them, and they were kind enough to let us live in one of their houses, and it was actually in Frogtown.
Okay.
So yeah, my first address was in 2013 when we got married, and then yes, it was on Dale, exactly Dale and University. So I felt like it was natural after 7 years of her going to school, you going to school in New York as well, me going back to France to learn my craft and to start, when it was time to start a business, I was like, it's got to be St. Paul and it's got to be Frogtown. Most people were coming to us after and they were like, oh my God, you guys do French pastries? You guys should not be in Frogtown. You guys should be in a suburb. You guys should be in Wayzata, where you have the rich people or what.
And what did you say to that?
I was like, no, I mean, I love Frogtown. I mean, Frogtown is my first address, and I felt like it was natural to start my business. And yeah, we did right because most people were telling that it was a terrible mistake, you know, that nobody will come because it's a Frogtown. But no, we were so fortunate that the community, you know, was so supportive and people, even from outside of Frogtown, was coming to support us.
I think where Western and University was too, it's such a rich food space.
Yes, there's so many different restaurants with different type of cuisine, you know, and I was very proud to add my touch to it, you know, and to be part of it.
Sure. Tell me about your menu then. So from, let's say, when you first opened up your first shop to what it is now, how has what you create evolved, or do you still keep the same things? How do you gauge that?
So from the first shop to the second, the main difference is we did not have seating.
Okay.
Yeah, the first shop, I mean, because we didn't know every time, we don't know how it's going to turn out. And it's not like we don't want to take risk, but we didn't want to open to have like a big cafe with because also we never had experience of running a coffee shop with seatings, you know, with servers. So we always wanted to do things slowly. But also problem that we encounter a lot, which most people say is a good problem, is that, yeah, we have a big demand. So we're very fortunate and we have to grow and we have to learn very quickly. So the Western location did not have seatings. It was just a small, like a pickup counter. And we slowly implemented coffee because people, it's America. You need to have coffee, I mean, everywhere. The reason why we wanted to buy the building is to really make this place our home and to fully open it. But it did not work out in that location, so we found our new home in Cathedral Hill on the other side of the highway. And then, so that's where we decided to have sittings. So it's a small space. It's not as big as maybe some people wish that it was, but no, I like a small, cozy place. So it makes, you know, people feel like very like a community, you know, when they come.
Has the menu evolved?
The menu evolved in some ways. At the time, I would not do incorporate too many of Hmong flavor ingredients, such as like the rice, like the taudu, like we have right now, and then I have a new one coming this month too. So yeah, we're trying new things. I mean, obviously, social media is a big trend, for people, but I want to stay true to myself, to my French technique, to my roots as a Hmong person. So trying to, I mean, yeah, it's not just about throwing a random ingredient and into a cake and call it a day. It has to make sure that everything is goes well together.
Okay.
It can be texture, flavor.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a friend who has a flower shop too, and she does weddings. And I was chatting with her the other day, and she's like, I don't want to seem like a control freak. But I'm like, well, I don't know if that's the right word to say it, but it's quality control. You have a standard that you're like, it has to meet this. Do you feel you have that?
Yes, and especially my wife. When I do something and I think it's great, and she comes and she's like, "No, that's not good." It takes a big toll on my confidence. I'm like, "Oh my God, I thought it was amazing," and she's like, "No, it's not good enough." I was like, "Oh wow, I don't know how much better I can do it, but actually, yeah, it comes up even better."
How do you go back though? Do you kind of backtrack to be like, I should change this? How do you experiment?
So when I do experimentation, obviously I'm the head chef.
Yep.
So some ways I have the last word, but that's not how our company is run. We like to think as a team. Like my wife always said, two heads is better than one.
Sure.
So every time when we do something, I mean, even though I'm the head chef, I'm the one that went to school for it. I always ask for people opinion, and even the people that don't necessarily work in the kitchen, like the people in my admin team or in the shop. So I feel like that's one of the biggest strengths in our company. Yeah. So yeah, when something doesn't go well, I mean, yeah, I go back to the drawing board, asking them to throw everything out at me. But I was like, yeah, I think this will go well. What do you think? And we're conversing. Yeah.
Tell me about, is it Edina that you guys just opened up another shop?
It's Linden Hill.
Linden Hills.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a pop-up.
Okay.
So pop-up.
Oh, so it's not permanent then?
No, it's not permanent.
For some
no,
reason, I thought
no,
it was,
it will be until the end of this month, December 31st of 2025.
Just to have more accessibility for other people?
Yeah. So we always wanted to also be in Minneapolis.
Okay.
We just had the opportunity that spot was available,
Sure.
even if it's for a short term, and it actually works out for us. We wanted to do a Christmas pop-up, and in some ways, it's a good way for us to test the market to see if people want us there.
Yeah. And what's it been like?
It's been amazing.
Good.
I mean, yeah, again, I'm very grateful for that much love and support, and I feel like it's something that can only happen in Minnesota.
Sure. Can I backtrack a little bit back
Yes.
to when you first met Kaosang? You said you met somebody and were on pretty much the same wavelength, and you want to build a legacy with them. What was that legacy?
So legacy, what I meant by legacy, like my dad, I remember as a kid, they were like, because they always wanted to get more land. And I was like, why do you guys want to get more land? You can't even work on all of them at the same time.
Sure.
And they were like, oh, it's when the day, me and your mom, we're not here anymore. I mean, we can leave you guys something. And you guys hopefully can be proud of us. Like, oh, we, like our parents, they work very hard and they were able to acquire, this and that and leave us something. So when I talk about legacy, yeah, it's something more like that, like for children. But obviously, if he can go beyond our own family, if he can inspire people or even be a little help or push for a community, that's a bonus.
Do you feel 23-year-old Marc would be proud of you today?
Oh my God, you're gonna make me cry. I would never imagine that I would be in this position today, meaning that people are so kind to us. They love what we do. They always tell us that we're a big part of the community, that we're a reason why people come to St. Paul.
Yeah.
And that means so much to us. Every day, I told you earlier when you asked me what's my daily life, I'm like, every day I'm in the kitchen.
Sure.
So I don't get to spend too much time to read what people say, I mean, good or bad, on the social media or in the newspaper. But when it's time, sometimes when we go places and I guess people recognize my bald head and they're like, oh, hey, it's Marc Heu. And they're like, oh my God, we love what you do. Oh, you guys are so amazing, fantastic. And sometimes I'm like, for what? I mean, I'm just making cake.
Yeah.
No, you're doing more than that, you're putting my little touch, our Hmong people on a map, to show that we can do more than just, we can expand to go into different fields than just the science or medical field or anything like that. And especially you're doing something like French, it's not Hmong. Not that it's harder or
Yeah.
easier, but it's we're proud of you, and it's only at this when I get that type of feedback that I actually realize that, oh my God, yes, we're having a little impact into a community in a good way, and I'm very proud of that.
I guess you could say you're just like the Hmong who settled in French Guiana. You know, they made their mark there in a
Yeah.
different way.
Yeah, now it's slowly St. Paul. I mean, you know the say home is where the
Heart is.
the heart is, and my heart is here.
Sure.
So yeah, it's now it's my home now.
So last question for you. What do you want people to see when they see you?
I want them to see maybe not a little boy, because I don't look like it. Someone that had the courage to follow his passion and to put in the work and stay true to himself, to his value, and doing what what he loves with respect of others, and that anything is possible. As a kid, I mean, we didn't have money, but we had a TV that was donated by a Catholic charity. And I would see, like TV shows with people with jewelries or nice sport car. And I always told my dad, I was like, oh my God, I want to be rich and famous. And my dad, that's the little me, 5 years old in the jungle.
Yeah.
And my dad was like, son, don't focus on the end goal. Don't focus on the money, on the fame. Just do the work. Before you know, this will come. But just work. It doesn't matter what you do.
Yeah.
Just focus on the work. Work hard and don't focus on money or fame. That will come. And the first time that we opened the shop, so it was a pop-up, the Little Mekong Night Market in 2019, July, the weekend of July 4. And I was, just grinding in the back. And it started at 5 p.m., but people were lining up at 2 p.m., in front of our building. And I was just telling Gaosong, I was like, oh my God, why people are coming so early? It started at 5. And Gaosong was like, they're here for you. And that's when I thought about my dad, Luna. He was like, just work hard, and before you know, things will come. It's kind of like a message I always try to pass on the young kids, that want instant gratification. Like me, I was like that. I was like that
Your
too.
impatience,
Yeah, I was very impatient. But now I learned how to work for it. That, it's good to have goals, so you know what you work towards for. But not to always do something and always look at it as like, is it here yet? No. So no, just put your hand down. Sure. Just do the grind, and before you know it will be here.
Thank you. Thanks for being here. Between Two Urns is hosted by me, Youa Vang. Technical support and editing is provided by Chris Koza. Our theme song, Swaying Trees, is written by Chris Koza. Between Two Urns is made possible by a grant from the Harlan Boss Foundation. For more information about Ramsey County Historical Society, please visit www.rchs.com. Thanks for listening.